Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Papa D's. We're at the train in Fordsburg Square, Johannesburg, South Africa. Today again, I've got a very interesting dish with cumin. Now cumin is actually a small plant that belongs, it's an annual that belongs to the carrot family. And the seed of the plant is actually its fruit. And apart from its taste and flavor, it has quite a few health benefits too. So I'll get into some of the health benefits later, but what I'm doing with this today is to just create a little snack type of a dish, especially in Ramadan, or if we have people coming over and you want a little side snack. We usually use samosas and that, so maybe something different. The shape of the pita that I'm going to use, this is actually a little pita bread that is specially made for us, which apparently you can get at Papa D's Deli. So these little pita breads will be used as a pocket, and we'll fill in the cumin and chicken filling. I'm also using jalapeno chilies, which are also my favorite. The nice thing about them is they have the flavor and obviously they don't sting too much. You can also use the serrano chili, which is also a little one of the fatty ones, which also are not too pungent. And as I've mentioned in one of these shows before as well, that if you don't want the chili to be too pungent, all you really need to do is remove the capsaicin gland. So I'm actually going to show it to you on the jalapeno chili, and this is what they call the capsaicin gland. So if in the normal chili as well, you don't want the pungency, but you want the flavor, you must remember, chilies have an amazing flavor. And they're also very rich in vitamins, and they're actually good for your health as much as you might think they're burning you. So if you remove that, you can get the flavor of the chili without the burn. Next up, I'm going to prepare my chicken, and again use a nice sharp knife, but this time you'll notice I'm cubing it very finely because we need to fill it in these little pockets, and obviously if your chicken is very big, you're going to have a bit of a problem. So what you need to do is firstly just cut your chicken into thin long strips, and then put them all together again and cut them into little cubes. I'm not going to make the cubes too fine because obviously when they cook they will shrink a bit as well. So that's our chicken almost done. You know, strangely enough, cumin goes so far back historically. It was actually used by the ancient Egyptians in their mummification processes. So you can just imagine all the values that are added into this little seed. I'm now cutting across to make the little cubes. And once the chicken is done, I'm going to cube up some jalapeno chilies and some of the serrano chilies as well. I'm using the red jalapeno more actually for the color as well. That when your filling is done, the red in the dish will actually enhance the color and the presentation of your dish. My chicken is now ready, and I'm going to get into the jalapenos now. Again, slicing them thinly across. And then cubing them. That's done. I'm going to add some of the serrano chilies as well. Same way, cut them across thinly and then cube them up. Probably take 2 of those. You know, the Americans as well love the cumin. but for a different reason. They use it more for the pungency of it rather than the flavor. But in Indian cooking, you know, cumin, I think, in every dish is a must-have. And in terms of rating, the cumin actually comes only second to pepper. So that shows you what a popular little seed it is. I'm also going to add a little bit of red onion, but if you don't have red onion, you could actually use your normal onions. That's quite okay. Slice it up thinly as well. Not too much of it though. And then cube it up as well. So my ingredients are all ready. I'm already almost ready to fire up. I'm going to do the same with my tomatoes. I've already sliced them thinly. But now for the dish, I'm using a little more because I need the finished product to be a bit saucy. So I'm just gently cutting those across. And maybe just cube them across this way so they're not too big. So here we have it. We have our diced tomato, diced onion, diced jalapeno and serrano chilies, and now we can get on to cooking. So let's get the fire on. There we are. I'm going to keep it a bit on a medium heat, not too hot. Add in some olive oil. You could obviously use your regular cooking oil, that would be fine. In that the ingredients cook quicker, I'm taking the tomatoes a little earlier because I want them to soften. But then I'm adding in my cumin, not too much of the coarse one. I'm using a little bit more of the fine cumin. And of course, our turmeric. Turmeric is also quite a medicinal herb. It's used especially in the East for many medicinal purposes. I'm trying not to add too much oil because eventually the oil will seep through into the pockets. So I'm going to keep it a bit with as little oil as possible because I will be adding some of Papa's jalapeno sauce in there, which also will enhance your jalapeno flavor, and then it'll also make it a little creamy. And also to add to the creaminess, I'm going to use a little bit of mayonnaise at the end as well. But that will come right at the end. For now, we just need to get our cumin to braise a little bit. You can see it's beginning to happen about now. Alright, the chicken actually cooks through very quickly. So I'm actually going to do my chilies and onions all together. Just to give it a little bit more cooking time. Add a little bit more of that. And then of course our salt. I'm also going to add in a pinch of salt here. I also want to still experience the crunch in the vegetables, so that's why I'm not softening them too much. And now I'm going to add in the chicken. You can get the flavor of the cumin coming through now. It's just amazing. Chicken actually cooks very quickly, so you need not worry about that. That by the time the rest of your ingredients are done, your chicken will be ready. Especially when it's cubed, it allows the moisture to actually get out of the flesh much quicker, and then that does help to cook it through. Your cooking time on this shouldn't be more than 8 minutes. At the right temperature, I think all your ingredients could be done in 8 minutes. So that's why when we say it's quick and easy with us, that's what we mean. You can, if you have all your ingredients together, your cooking time is quite minimal. I'm just cooking it till I see all the juices from the chicken have evaporated, so I know the chicken is then done. Now to add to that, I'm putting in some of Papa's jalapeno sauce. So that will really bring out the jalapeno flavor in here. But of course you must do this more towards the end when your chicken is already done and all your veggies have already cooked through. You're getting it a nice moist, got a nice moist feel to it. And of course, don't be afraid to taste. Wow. That's done. Now to add to the creaminess, I've got the jalapeno flavor, I've got the cumin flavor, so I'm quite happy about that. Now all I need is to have the right texture for the filling, because I don't want it too dry. I also suggest that don't leave the, if you are preparing this dish and you're going to be serving it, try and do the filling as close to the time you're serving. Because if you have your filling ready and just before you serve, you can give it a quick heat up and then start filling it into the little pita bread. I'm going to leave that there, that's all done. And now I'm going to take my pita bread. The other thing is try and keep these wrapped in a moist cloth so they don't dry up, because when pita bread dries up it tends to crack. All you need to do, use a sharp knife and slide it into the one end of the pita bread. Slice it across slowly, and there you have it. You can actually open the little pocket. Now this is just one of the fillings you could use in here, but remember this is a bit of a specialty thing, but you can always get this. We readily have this in stock at our deli at Papa D's. So I'm going to prepare about 3 of these pockets for filling, and then we're ready to serve. You can actually slide your knife inside to separate the pocket so that it opens up nicely, because the better your pocket opens, the easier it is to fill. But always remember about the moisture, as I said, because when these dry up, then they can crack. I'm now ready to fill my pita pockets. They're if you have a look over here, you're getting a nice mix of the jalapeno chilies, a little bit of the onion, and of course the cumin seed. With cumin, again, it's a matter of taste, but if you like more cumin, then go for it. It spoons in quite easily. The nice thing about this dish is it's also easy to eat. You can almost hold it like a little cone. So when you fill it, you could go a bit over the top. The only thing is when you place them one on top of the other so that they don't spill out. I'm going to do another one now. Take some of the sauces from the bottom, that'll give you your moisture. There we are. A little pita cone with chicken and jalapeno and cumin all together. And now we're going to serve this. So here we have it. We have our pita pockets with jalapeno, onion, and of course the amazing little cumin seed. We're going to plate this now and see how you could present it to your guests. And from us, from me, Salahuddin, Dino, Papa D, we'll see you on our next show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.